Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution. All roads lead to Delhi, playing as India. And in the last episode, we finalized the treaty with Pakistan, or the surrender of Pakistan, annexing that country into Greater India, or Greater Raj. Looks more like the British colonial empire. At this point, of course, we retain our autonomy in this situation. We're still dealing with a conflict in Afghanistan. The Mujahideen are advancing. However, their numbers are much weaker, smaller than in the past. They were up to almost 30,000 fighters at one point. They had 3 times as many mercenaries and I think 50% more armed pickup trucks. We've almost annihilated their tanks. I think they had up to 40-some tanks. So we've greatly reduced their numbers. However, they are advancing pretty aggressively, and they are starting to capture cities. We tried to retake a city while we were fighting the war with Pakistan, but that ended up causing Afghanistan to go up against us. So really we're just focusing on striking these bases now, and I guess we're going to have to leave the reconquest of cities up to the Afghans, which looks good here. The Afghans seem to have the balance of power in favor. One of the problems, though, with Afghanistan is that their president has 0 popularity. We're trying to stabilize the region here, and the president would definitely be much more aligned with our greater strategic objectives. Ideally, we want to extend infrastructure into Afghanistan via high-speed rail lines to Kabul, and from there extend it north into Central Asian countries, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, possibly even further north into Kazakhstan and maybe even Russia. This will extend infrastructure and hopefully promote trade. We've been trying to organize a Central Asian Free Trade Organization since the beginning of this series. Uzbekistan has joined, and maybe Russia. Not too many countries have joined that organization, which I think would be under new organizations that we created. There it is, CATO, Central Asian Trade Organization. Russia and Uzbekistan have joined. A number of countries we did invite: Armenia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkey. So we're trying to pull those countries in and create a larger trade bloc, possibly places for us to export as well as to gain energy resources from this region. Of course, you've got some other countries here. Turkmenistan, who is a religious authoritarian. They are not politically aligned with us, neither is Kyrgyzstan. They are a socialist country, so there may be some challenges even once we get past, if we can get past the Mujahideen and Afghanistan. So that's stuff to work on. Looking at the greater Indian subcontinent, though, looks like we've conquered most of it, with the exception of Bangladesh over here. They might be next on the chopping block. Sorry about that, Bangladesh fans. I know there's some people from Bangladesh watching the series. This is a socialist political party here, not politically aligned with us. I was thinking about possibly funding conservative rightist parties here, like I did in Bhutan, which seemed to work out, because they weren't conservative, they were socialist at the beginning, and funding those political parties there have led to a political shift here, making Bhutan more politically aligned with us. Nepal, we're contemplating an alternative strategy of rigging an election. That was proposed by a subscriber. However, it looks like we still got about over 4 years before, or at least 4 years before we have an election there. Sri Lanka, definitely the one we're going to be looking at taking over, but Maldives has moved towards us politically. They are now a conservative rightist, so may postpone the invasion of Maldives. But these two, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, they may be targets for annexation. Myanmar is a socialist country as well, but we seem to have good relations with Indonesia and Thailand. Indonesia, we've been funding a lot with financial aid, which may need to be reallocated towards Afghanistan to try to provide that president with some financial backing, since his political support as well. Somalia is another country we've looked at for possible intervention. We do have casus belli against them. We found the intelligence services have uncovered intelligence information revealing that they have purchased nuclear weapons. So this is we could possibly invade Somalia. Of course, that would lead to another extension of our problems and a new array of issues and problems to deal with, like the autonomous leagues here. The Puntland Free Front, we have supported them in the past, but the other group, which is the Somaliland Autonomous League, which is in this region here, wants Somaliland independence. One option would be, there's a Somaliland, they're socialist. One option could be an invasion and organizing free elections following that invasion. That's a third option that was added to the game recently as a treaty conclusion, along with annexation and colonization. Colonization, of course, really didn't work out too well for us in Pakistan because they, for some reason, immediately broke away, and that led to a second India-Pakistani war in which we finalized the annexation of Pakistan. But that sort of devastated the countryside pretty severely, and I think we've already funded the reconstruction of cities, but I think we do need to add infrastructure improvement in Pakistan if we want to integrate that into the Indian nation and Indian economy, connecting rail lines. And All Roads Lead to Delhi is the name of the series, so probably going to have to build some roadways here, even though the Indus River really does connect a lot of these cities. It looks like rivers don't really seem to play as big a role in this game as they do in regular geopolitics, which I wish they did play a greater role. You can see right there that all the cities are built along the Indus River Valley, and that would serve as benefit because you could transport goods down the river, and control of those rivers and waterways are geopolitical issues, especially in countries like in the Middle East, with Turkey having control, constructing dams in the Tigris and up the Tigris and Euphrates River. They can control the water supply down into Iraq and the Fertile Crescent and Syria and everything. Gives them a geopolitical and in the Iraq, that does give them a geopolitical advantage. And you also see that same situation, I believe, in China, controlling the rivers that move into Indochina. And I believe they also are able to exert some geopolitical leverage over those countries. I saw that recently in a video uploaded by Caspian Report, which is another channel that it's a very good informative geopolitical channel, Caspian Report, as well as Strat4. Those are two channels that I watch a lot. If you guys are interested in geopolitics, those are channels to look up. But just, I'm not being, I'm not getting sponsored by them at all. I'm just saying those are good channels that seem pretty non-biased. Caspian Report might be a little more left-wing, but Stratford seems non-biased politically. Their bias is more towards geographic determinism, and they basically are proponents of the idea that leaders are more governed by the situation than they are by their actual individual decisions, and presidents and world leaders sort of have to make certain decisions based on the geography and the economics and the demographics of their countries, and their choices are actually far more limited than we would think. So that's sort of more into the geopolitical theory of things. So I might be promoting a few books on this channel too, and if I do, I could put them into Amazon affiliated links and descriptions if you guys are interested. And there's a couple books that I've read recently on geopolitics. So that being said, we do have to try to reintegrate Pakistan to the Indian economy and into the Indian nation. In order to do that, we need to pass some initiatives and laws. However, the problem is the cabinet. Over half the cabinet resigned during the last Indian-Pakistani war, which brought us, sort of threatened the collapse of the government, but I was able to capture the capital before that happened. So I do need to reassign people here, and I've never really played a lot into the politics of the cabinet in this game. Some people have suggested different strategies, but I'll just read this here. A minister influences the results of his or her government on different levels. In particular, he or she has an influence on the parliament when a bill from his or her ministerial mandate is presented there. This influence depends on his or her popularity, political leanings, experience, and character. Removing ministers is a sign of power dysfunction and is always poorly regarded by public opinion. So they're all mostly, as far as those categories are considered, I'm really just going to be looking at popularity. Like I said, I don't really know a lot about the. I'm not really familiar with the cabinet strategies and everything. Political leanings, they're all going to be conservatives because they're from my political party, and experience and character, I'm not really sure how that plays into it, but basically this guy's 81%. We're going to go ahead and look at ministers that I've picked from the list. Basically, I went and looked at our political parties, and oh no, did I do that? Come on, man, I didn't want to do that. Oh, jeez. That's a disaster. Alright. I misclicked there. That was form a new government. I didn't want to form a new government. I just wanted to appoint a minister. What is that going to do to me politically? I think I just dropped 10 points. $15. Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's get into this. Treasury is the most important position. I gotta appoint new minister. This was the box I was supposed to be clicking on. Oh my god. Alright. I was thinking about just restarting that, but you know what? I don't feel like doing that. Let's just go to political party and power, and we're going to form a new government. Alright, Treasury is probably the most important, so we're going to get the guy who's most popular on this list. I had a list, too, of all the people I was going to assign, and they all seem to have different popularity now. This is a disaster. And I wish I could. I can't even organize it. Come on, man. These numbers are not the numbers I was looking at before. Looks like all those numbers changed. 79, 73, 78. There were people in the 80s before. I clicked the button. I hate when I do that. You gotta be kidding me. Now this is gonna be much more tedious than 78. I think you're going in there. Oh boy. This is gonna take forever. 70 works. Mother of God. I feel like just restarting this, but I'm not going to do it because I already did it a couple times because I had some technical difficulties. Get appoint minister. Jeez. Well, sorry about that. Justice. I probably should be appointing people with high popularity based on categories that I'm going to have to get things past, but I don't know. I think Treasury is probably the most important position, and the rest I'm not too concerned with, I guess. There we go, 72 there, 72 for defense, that's good. Drop them down to 39. Where are these numbers coming from? Well, that whole debacle is going to set me back a little bit politically. Just trying to find people to fill these slots. And this is why I don't get involved in the politics, because it's just really tedious here trying to find people on these lists. These lists aren't really well formed. It would be nice if they had like a spreadsheet of their qualities. Of course, oh, I should have put somebody good for transport. I'm gonna need somebody popular here. I should have put that 71 guy there. Transport's gonna be important. Maybe I'll go for the... I don't know if I want to put the political party leader in there. I need somebody in the 70s here. 75, she's going. Okay, 51. Environment. Appointing minister for the environment. Damn. Ah, another 71. Good. Foreign Affairs is actually one you could probably take a look at. With God and Spy. In Foreign Affairs, if you go, and this is also really tedious if you do this, but there is this global political electoral influence. I think that may play a role. He's only got 30 of that. Of course, I don't really want to go into every single person this way and look up that number. 33 is definitely better. I don't know what the highest numbers are. I assume more than 33. 34, we've got a winner there. Or we've got a leader there. Avani. Avani is the leader. You're not good. Avani might be it. Tariq. Tariq is in the lead. And I'm trying to work on my pronunciations of these names. And Girish, that spoke too soon probably there. 34. Tariq still leads with 35. Global influence. There's another Tariq. Second Tariq. First Tariq is the one we're looking at, but second Tariq definitely not. That is horrible. 14. Oh my god. And this is why I don't get involved in cabinet politics again, because look at all this clicking in a game that's clicking is very annoying and tedious in general. 33. Sheesh. While I'm doing this, maybe I'll give a update to my channel. Oh, 37. This guy is a leader right now. Karam. Channel update. Oh, 73 popularity. They're both 73 popularity. We might have some winners here, actually. I don't think I'm going any further. Let's see. 37. Was the other guy 37? I was gonna... These two are our top candidates for foreign affairs. Moral character is good there. Alright, let's confirm him. Alright, what's another good category that we need? Energy is probably the next big category as far as actually doing something. So, let's go back to that other guy that was 73. And there's no way I'm going to remember where he was or what his name was. Ugh. Ugh. Let's try her. Okay, agriculture. Appoint minister here. Agriculture. Party and power. Avani was good, right? 67? Sure. Information. Ooh, information. Information. Tariq. Tariq is going to be information. Economy. Probably want a good economy. Good person for the economy. I wonder what it would be like to appoint someone outside of politics. Ah, there we go. Go for the economy. Tourism. Be the last one. And I think these guys still have to accept too. I don't even know if this is like they're definitely in. Some of them may reject the idea of joining the government, which would be further disaster to 73. You're in. Spring cleaning, achievement unlocked. I guess that was something I never did. So, let's see what happens. Politically, hope it doesn't keep going down.
We are paying a very heavy...
Yes, I'm aware. Let's go take a look at that conflict. Military screen. Alright. Prime Minister, tourism professionals complain about the few efforts implemented by the government to facilitate access of foreign visitors to different tourist sites in the country. I don't think they're wrong. Personally, I'm always spend my holidays abroad, so we do have to spend on infrastructure. Prime Minister, people aren't happy. These are results of the latest happiness rankings. Sure.
After their incursion
I
into
think,
Prospective analysis, coupled with the Brown model...
No, I don't want to approach them. Alright, now people are happy. So that's gone back and forth a little bit. I think maybe rebuild this base. It's only 4 million, that's not that bad. You need to keep firing at these different bases here. There's bases all over the place that need to be knocked out. That base is still operational. Peru, no thank you. Blow these bases up. Need to deploy some more missile launchers. Fire. And fire. Okay. What are their numbers looking like? They're down to 5,000. They got 2 more tanks and a few more armed pickup trucks.
The theory that says...
About 1,000 more troops. That's good. Alright, so definitely facing issues in Afghanistan. Still going to redeploy a satellite. I might as well redeploy a couple satellites. So we don't need the satellites over Pakistan anymore, because Pakistan is our territory. Care for refugees. We are in March. I'm going to go ahead and push to the end of the quarter to see what exactly we have as far as infrastructure spending, or surplus spending, to spend on our infrastructure. I do want to build some highways, probably hire some more teachers, and then in these 6 different provinces, enemy units spotted. Oh, great, now we gotta go grab these guys. Slow-mo. Enemy units spotted. Where are they? Where? That's 1. Chinese confidential information. More info against China. What are you doing now, China? Financing Indian communist forces against an attack in India. Great. You jerks. Nothing we can do about it because they are a permanent security council. Of course, denouncing them on the world scene may be able to get our allies to provide more support, maybe? China right now... Eliminate head state? No, we're not going to do that. Right now, the Chinese...
the theory that said...
will continue to support this party in Iran. Keep them conservative rightists. Right now, the Chinese are economically much more powerful than us, but we have surpassed them in population. We are now higher than them in population, and especially with the annexation of Pakistan. I'm curious about what the annexation of Pakistan did to our GDP per capita, which was still at 5,000. Alright, still above 5,000. I think we might have dropped a little bit, and it might be a good time to look at those numbers. I think I was trying to look at those numbers in the last episode, but we've gone through a couple weeks here, and this is a crazy spike in population. I don't know why that's happening. That is going to hit the secondary education schools soon, and it's going to have an impact. Gross national happiness is up from where we started. People living in poverty. Alright, so this is the annexation of Pakistan right here. So this is what I was worried about. Not too much damage there. We only went from 20 to 24%, but that's why I didn't want to annex. It's not that bad though. Human Development Index. See, I guess that went up. Well, no, then it dropped. That's Pakistan right there. GDP per capita. There's the drop for Pakistan. Gross national happiness dropped, but then went back up because we reformed the government, I guess. Fertility rate seems equal, balanced out. Birth rate's gone up a little bit. We don't want the birth rate to go up too much. Whoa! Come on, man. Use contraceptives. Populations. There looks like there's a drop there though. That's crazy. Like a year that people decided not to procreate. I don't know if that's what happened. Life expectancy. Life expectancy wasn't really affected too much. Alright, so those numbers aren't bad. Can we look into health services here? Health and security services. Population per doctor. Slight uptick there. Hospital beds. Whoa, man, we're gonna have to build some hospitals. Okay, so we should build hospitals. Number of people with AIDS has stayed the same. I don't know what this is. HIV positive. Sero positive. Expenditures, obviously that's gone up over time. We spent more on health to try to help people not overthrow us during the crisis. Now let's see what happened with housing. Housing, number of houses. It doesn't say number of dilapidated houses. If that's increased or decreases. But I think I'm going to try to. I don't see that adjusted. We've been working that slowly downward, so that might be something I'm going to add. But I think I might want to focus more on hospitals now, actually, and worry about education as well. Let's look at this. The impact on education. Students in primary, this was not affected at all. Students in secondary ed, these were not affected at all. Okay, good. Second primary school attendance rate is up. Teachers, number of students in higher education. We got to get this number up. Number of higher education students per population. This is 0.57. I feel like that's like extremely low. I'm gonna look on the global level. And number of higher level education students, we are 115 with 572 per 100,000. All these countries have triple. Let's see, who's got the top? Canada's at the top. Finland with probably 10 times as much. Canada is even higher, so that's something that we want to work on, especially if we're going to continue our scientific research and space exploration and innovation, which is a big objective of this series. So let's see if I can't push. We just got 2 hits there. Mujahideen, happiness decline. It goes up, it goes down. I don't know how to keep track of it. Fight against terrorism and deaths abroad are affecting our popularity. Wanted to try to get to the end of this episode. I'll get to the end of the month before the end of the episode. Of course, I gotta keep track of what goes on in Afghanistan. Refugee camp. Rebuilding the city. I don't want to deal with Namibia. Why do I even have guys in Namibia? I'm just gonna pull my guys out of Namibia because, like, that's like on the other side of Africa, and I don't care about Namibia. As far as my geopolitical objectives for India, India is a regional power. Where is the Namibia forces? I don't see anybody in Namibia. Who else do I not care about? The French, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. I care about all this. Okay. Pause for a second because all heck is breaking loose. Army lacks men.
I would like to draw your attention to the short.
Well, we lost a lot of guys in the Afghan war. Earthquake and... Oh, no! Now we gotta deal with an environmental crisis. Department. Appointment of new army head Sergeant Sargadip Gopal. Is 72-year-old man. Looks like our head of the military.
The funeral will take place next week.
We'll go to the funeral and
I'm listening carefully.
Give them
How much would this aid?
financial
Thank you for
aid
your precious.
for their political campaigns. We're not going to go to Somalia and engage there. Keep pushing through. 73% popularity slowly creeping up. That's good. Afghan war. Oh man, there's the earthquake, huh? Good lord. 1,200 dead. They just got another hit on these guys. How many troops do I have in this base? I have no troops here. I think they took out my camp. I had a camp here. And they probably took out my military. They took out a number of my bases. 72 million to rebuild there. But I can go ahead and deploy troops. I might want to build bases along the front. Oh, there's a base. 403 soldiers. Deploy these missile launchers here. And I can always send my tanks. No. I think I can zigzag my tanks through the region. I don't know if I have enough tanks. This was a suggestion. Fire. Am I on multi-order? Just one order. Get that multi-order off and fire. That's too many. Missiles being fired there. March 25th. Come on, March 25th. What's our surplus looking like? We've got anti-terrorism, popularity boost, big poverty with satisfactory level, $72 billion budget excess apparently. Oh, and I wanted to take a look at the economy too. Economy is growing with the annexation of Pakistan. We're now at 8 trillion. Inflation went up a little bit, so I got to stop with the interest rate decrease. Growth is at 8%. Let's get through these budget. Cabinets having problems with each other again. Salary increases requested, and enough bullying. Cabinets having issues. Blow them up. These bases are just popping up all over the place. I need to separate this group. April 1st. Should be getting numbers soon. Famine, we're getting more financial aid. There's our budget, $20 billion. Alright, so I have to decide my next episode what I want to do with the budget. And that's going to be it for this one, so thanks for watching. Please like the video if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I think most people watching are probably subscribers. If you can follow me on Twitch, I'm trying to become a Twitch affiliate. The link is down in the description below. And probably going to be doing live streams on Twitch Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights around somewhere between 6 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States time zone. Also doing a live stream, Democracy 3, Sunday mornings, around 10 to 11 a.m. If you guys want to chime in, check the channel out for that, so we can chat and everything, and chat with other people in the room. This past couple live streams seem to be pretty popular. People seem to have enjoyed it. You can also follow me on Twitch if you want to know exactly when I'll be live streaming and when I'll be posting videos. That link is in the description below as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in